We want to welcome to the program today on POTUS Dr. Abdullah Al-Rabia, who is the head of the King Salman Relief Center. We want to talk about humanitarian aid. We want to talk about relief. We'll talk about the president. We'll talk about the UN. We can talk about all of that. He is tweeting at KS Relief. Dr. Al-Rabia, thank you for joining us on POTUS today.
Well, Tim, thank you, and good morning to your audience.
Can you please, for people who do not know, explain what the King Salman Relief Center is about?
Well, this is the arm of humanitarian aid of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to the global community. It's a center which has been recently inaugurated on May 13, 2015. It has been, from its inception, executing many programs across the globe, particularly in Yemen, Syria, Iraq, and Africa. So far, the center has helped 38 countries globally. So, in brief, we are a humanitarian agency working with the UN organizations, international organizations, and also one of our key partners is USAID and DFID from UK.
To that point, since you work in conjunction with USAID, this administration has been, it seems, debating within itself as to whether or not there should be cutbacks in the amount of money that is spent through USAID. What is your perception? What is your hope for the U.S. participation in USAID efforts?
Tim, this is a very good question. I think the international community, with the both a natural and non-natural crisis, there is a great demand for aid, and I hope the U.S. administration, the international community will all join hand in hand to support those who are in need globally. I'm sure the need, as stated by the UN assessment of need, shows that there is a rising need both in the Middle East, Central Asia, and Africa. So we hope that that the U.S. will reconsider its point and stand with the aid to those who are in need.
I would like to ask a question. There's an interesting Christian Science Monitor story about the plight of the Rohingya in Myanmar or Burma, noting that Myanmar has taken priority over regional conflicts for Arabs for a reason. Arab media and regimes have depicted the strife in Yemen, Syria, and Iraq through a sectarian or political lens, but the Rohingya have not been colored by sectarian or political divides, and that makes it a cause that transcends barriers that all Arabs and all Muslims can rally behind. Can you comment on any efforts you have relative to the Rohingya and their strife right now, and many of them leaving Burma or Myanmar?
Well, absolutely, Tim. It's really a pity to see what's happening in Myanmar. I think it's, as clearly stated, it's religion-based aggression, which is condemned by the international community. There is a great efforts I can speak on behalf of KS Relief. We have been supporting those who are being thrown out of their country in both Malaysia and currently in Bangladesh and other countries. We have executed many programs. As of last night, His Majesty King Sلمان directed the center to also support the refugees, Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh, with $15 million to be executed immediately by the center. We hope that the international community will put great pressure on the government of Myanmar so that they will accommodate the Rohingya refugees back to their homeland and give them their rights according to the international law.
Again, joining us, Dr. Abdullah Al-Rabia, who's the head of the King Salman Relief Center. I note some stories recently out of Yemen that the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center has rehabilitated child soldiers who had been conscripted by Houthi militias. In addition to that, there had been efforts to help people who had been hurt by the violence that has taken place in that country. I wonder how much of this is as a result, though, of, for example, some of the military attacks on the Houthi rebels that have been launched by Saudi Arabia.
Well, Tim, as you know, in any conflict, there are potential mistakes. But I can assure you that the coalition, and we are coordinating with them very closely, that they are doing their best to protect civilians, especially children and mothers. The center is advocating greatly to protect them from any attacks. And we hope also that there is also strict laws to prevent any attacks on women and children. Most of those incidents, as you have stated, are from the militias, especially arming children. Last week, there was a human rights report that over 20,000 children have been utilized by the militias, Houthi militias, to use them as an armed weapons. We have conducted a program which was just being completed to rehabilitate 2,000 children who have been used as an armed weapons, and we have seen very interesting stories. They have been given some narcotics like gat, chewing also tobacco, and financial incentives to take children as young as 8 or 9 years of age and to use them to carry aggressive attacks in the military side. We hope to see no children have been attacked according to the international law. We also would like to see the well protection of women and children, not only in Yemen, in all conflict zones.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Dr. Abdullah Al-Rabia, we appreciate your spending time with us on POTUS today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
Dr. Abdullah Al-Rabia is the head of the King Salman Relief Center, which is an arm of the Saudi government, as we noted. This has been in place. The activities inaugurated in May of 2015 under the guidance of King Salman bin Abdulaziz. And the doctor joining us this morning to talk about their relief efforts and some thoughts about USAID and some possible cuts in funding for the administration of President Trump. The Twitter handle is @KSRelief, @KSRelief.